Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Then pranams to all the devotees. Thank you all for joining in for the Bhagavad Gita study session today afternoon. So we are going to start from 11.15. Just 1 second. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams, dear devotees. So let's start our session with prayers. Om Jnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadahamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parjana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradhayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Dushe Namaha Panchatattvātmakam Krishnam Bhaktarūpasvarūpakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dīnabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Taptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tarale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yakrapatamam Mande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Harihi Om Tatsat. Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining in for our Bhagavad Gita study session. Today we are continuing from 11.15. So in the 11th chapter, we see that Arjuna is asking Lord Shri Krishna to show his universal form, and Prabhupada explains in the purport, several of the purports, how it is not that Arjuna is not convinced about the supremacy of the Supreme Lord, and he's asking him to show the universal form, but it is only to ensure that the common people are not bewildered. When somebody says, I am the Lord, then they can at least ask that person to show their universal form. If at all they are Lord, they should be able to show their universal form. So in that way, Arjuna is becoming a Nimitta Matra. Nimitta Matra means he's becoming an instrument in the hands of Lord Krishna for Krishna to deliver the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the manual for the human form of life. We can perfect our life by following this manual. If we live according to the principles of Bhagavad Gita, we can go back home, back to Godhead, right? But only catch there is not everybody who reads Bhagavad Gita understands the Bhagavad Gita as it is, right? But Prabhupada has given these wonderful purports which enable us to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. That's why we are reading Bhagavad Gita as it is and not any other version of the Bhagavad Gita. There are innumerable translations and Sanskrit verses and translations of Bhagavad Gita that are available everywhere, right? If you go to any religious shop, you'll find one Bhagavad Gita where there is some translation. There are 700 verses. That some translation is there, and some explanation is there, right? You will not find you will never come up a scenario where you go to a religious bookshop and you don't find the Bhagavad Gita, right? So Bhagavad Gita is always there in every bookshop for that reason. And more so in the case of a spiritual bookshop, you'll always find Bhagavad Gita, right? Ramakrishna's Bhagavad Gita, Vivekananda Bhagavad Gita, with the translation and their own interpretation of the Bhagavad Gita. That is why Prabhupada named his Bhagavad Gita as it is. So we need to understand Krishna's instructions as it is and implement in our life as it is. Then we will get the desired destination of Krishna Prema, right? So when Krishna showed this universal form to Arjuna, Arjuna became very bewildered. It is not that Arjuna liked to see the opulence form of the Lord. The demons and demigods are rushing out of the mouth of the universal form, and so many, the suns and the moons, the all of the entire universe, the entire Brahmanda, what Krishna actually showed as Damodar is inside his mouth, right? So entire thing, this entire creation, the demons, the demigods, the Gandharvas, all the planetary systems, everything was seen in the form of the universal form, right? When Arjuna saw this, he became very bewildered, right? He actually thought that this is not the form that I want to see, right? He could see in universal form of the Lord. It is so much filled with effulgence, and then we already read the descriptions of that, right? The demigods are going in and out, unlimited hands and mouths and legs, and all, and Arjuna could see, like Prabhupada also explains in the purport, how not everyone, nobody is able to see everything in one place. Can you increase your volume? Okay. Okay, let me see. Is the volume less? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, I hope the volume is okay now. So, yeah. Yeah, is it okay now? Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I was saying that when Krishna showed this universal form to Arjuna, heeding to Arjuna's request, Arjuna was not very happy to see this form, right? Because Arjuna is always used to seeing the Shama Sundar form of Krishna. And for him to see Lord Shri Krishna in this form was very fearful, right? He started paying obeisances so many times, and then he actually couldn't fathom, the Lord, although he could see everything in one place. Right? Prabhupada says that not anybody is not able to see such a form in one place, seeing everything, the entire cosmic manifestation in one place, and seeing it with one's own eyes. Right? Arjuna had the fortune to see that, but then he still was not very happy about it. Right? So what is Arjuna saying after seeing the universal form? Is he happy about it? What was his feelings immediately after seeing the universal form of the Lord? That's what we're going to start today from the 16th verse. No, 15th verse, right? I think we're going to start from 11 point. We're going to start from 11.15. Yeah. So what is Arjuna saying after seeing the universal form? All right. So let us let me share my screen. 11.15. Okay. So let's read 11.15. Arjuna Vacha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 11.15, Arjuna says, Arjuna Vacha, Pashyami Devam Stava Deva Dehe, Sarvam Satha Bhuta Vishesha Sanghan, Brahmanamisham Kamalasanastham, Rishim Sha Sarvan Uragam Sha Divyan. So, okay, yeah, Sridhar Prabhu, I can see your hand up. Would you like to read the, if you like to read the verse, you may read the verse also. You can read the synonyms in the translation.
Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandot Pranam.
Arjuna Uvacha, Pashyami Devamsta Deva Deva, Sarvamstida Bhuta Vishesha Sangan, Brahmani Misam Kamala Sanastam, Rishimcha Sarvanura Kamsha Divyan. Hare Krishna. Say synonymous. Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna said, Pashyami, I see, Devan, all the demigods, Tava, your, Deva, O Lord, Dehe, in the body, Sarvan, all, Tada, also, Buddha, living entities, Vishesha Sangan, specifically assembled, Brahmanam, Lord Brahma, Isham, Lord Shiva, Kamala Astastam, sitting on the lotus flower, Rishim, great sages, Cha, also, Sarvam, all, Ulaga, Urgan, Sarpanch, Cha, also, Divyan, divine. Translation by Prabhupada. Prabhupada Ke Jai. Arjuna said, My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and divine serpents. Hare Krishna, perfect. Arjuna see everything in the universe. Therefore, he see Brahma, who is the first creature in the universe, and the celestial serpent upon which is the Garbhodaga Sai Vishnu lies in the lower region of the universe. This snake bent called Vasuki. There are also other snakes known as Vasuki. Arjuna can see the Garbhodaya Sai Vishnu up to the topmost part of the universe on the lotus flower planet where Brahma, the first creature of the universe, resides. That means that from the beginning to the end, everything could be seen by Arjuna, who was sitting in one place on his chariot. This was possible by the grace of Supreme Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Dandot Pranam Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah. So here we see that Arjuna, in the universal form, everything is there, right? Right from the creation to the annihilation. That means Lord Shiva is there, Lord Brahma is there, sitting on the lotus flower. That is where Brahma is created. From the Garbhodaya Vishnu's navel, there is a stem that goes up, which has a lotus flower in it, and Brahma is actually seated there. And then Brahma is created. Brahma is not able to actually find out what am I doing here? What am I supposed to do? And what is my responsibility? And then he engages in the process of tapasya, isn't it? It is said in the very elaborately described in the first canto of Bhagavatam. Right? What am I doing here? What am I supposed to do? Why am I being created? Right? So in this way, he hears the word tapa, 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 tapa. So he starts performing meditation. For thousands of years, when he performs meditation, then he understands why he is being created. He understood that I am created to perform visarga. That means to perform secondary creation. That is why I have been created. So all of this, Arjuna is able to see Brahma, Arjuna is able to see the Garbhodakashai, Vishnu, who is lying down on the Anantashesh, and from his navel Brahma is sprouted up, and then Lord Shiva is there. Like that, he could see everything and everybody, right? But then Prabhupada is saying here, nobody can see anything like this from sitting in one place, right? Actually, you have to go to the various lokas. We hear how Narada Muni travels to the Vishnu loka, then he travels to the Indra loka, Brahma loka, etc. But Arjuna could see sitting in the same place, standing in his own place in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He's able to see the entire manifestation in front of his eyes, and it was only possible by the grace of Lord Shri Krishna. If Krishna wants to give us darshan, right, we need not be specifically present in that particular place where darshan is happening. Wherever we are, we will get the jnana chakshusha, and with the jnana chakshusha, we'll be able to have darshan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so quickly we'll go now. Next, the next couple of verses are Arjuna's description of the universal form, right? So let's go ahead. Rajneesh Prabhu, please go ahead. 10.11.16.
Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, yes.
धन्यवाद. अनेक बाहूदर्वक्त नेत्रं पश्यामि त्वां सर्वतो नान्तं न मध्यं न पुनस्वादिं पश्यामि अनेका many, bahu arms, udra bellies, vaktra mouth, netram eyes, pashyami I see, tvam you, sarvatah on all sides, anant rupam unlimited form, na antam no end, na madhyam no middle, na punah nor again, tava your, adim beginning, pashyami I see, Vishwaeswara, O Lord of Universe, Vishwarupa, in the form of universe. Translation and purport by Sri Prasad Swami Prabhupada. O Lord of Universe, O universal form, I see in your body many arms, bellies, mouth, eyes, candid everywhere, without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, no end. Purport. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and is unlimited. Thus, through him, everything could be seen. Hare.
Yeah. So the Lord is unlimited. It is impossible to see the Lord. But if we have the mercy of the Lord, then the Lord will enable us to see him. Like that. Text number 17. Vishabhanu Kanya Mataji, go ahead. Those who have read can lower your hands. Hare Krishna, yes.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Kandas Mataji, yes.
Kiritinam Gatinam Chakrinam Cha Tejo Rasi Sarvato Diptimantam Pashyami Tvam Durnirikshya Samantat Diptan Alarka Tutima Prameyam. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Synonyms. Kiritam with helmets. Gadinam with masses.
Chakrinam.
Chukrinam with disk, and Tejabrashmi, effulgence, Sarvataha, on all sides. Diptimantam, glowing, Pashyami, I see, Tvam, you, Durniksham, difficult to see, Samantat, everywhere, Dipta Anala, blazing fire, Arka, of the sun, Dutim, the sunshine, Aprameyam, immeasurable. Immeasurable. Translation by Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So Arjuna is able to see Lord Krishna actually in universal form with 4 arms, right? In fact, not 4 arms, multiple arms, unlimited arms, holding different weapons, right? And it's a blazing fire. The effulgence is coming out, is like a blazing fire, and is adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs, right? The Vishnu form is a 400 form is there, where Shankachakra Gada Padma is held. And then there is a 200 form of Shamasundar Krishna. And then this form, universal form, is got unlimited hands holding different clubs and shields and etc. Okay, Leelanandani Mataji, go ahead. Text number 18.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dhanvat Pranam.
Text number 18. Tam aksharam paramam vidatvayam tam akya vishwasya paramam nidanam tam avyaya shashvada dharma gupta sanatanastam purusho madome synonyms. Tam you, aksharam the infallible, paramam supreme, veditvayam to be understood, tvam you, asya of this, vishwasya universe, param supreme, nidhanam basis, tvam you, avyaya inexhaustible, shashvada dharma gupta maintainer of the eternal religion, sanatana eternal, tvam you, purusha the supreme personality, madame this is my opinion. Translation and purport by Sri Sivaktan Swami Prabhupada ki jai. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of God. This is my opinion. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, Param Nidhanam. That means you are Matsthani Sarva Bhutani Prakriti Sthani Karshati. Right? Krishna also tells in Bhagavad Gita earlier also. What does he say? Matsthani Sarva Bhutani. Everything rests upon me and I am the cause of everything else. Yet I am not in them. So we were discussing in greater detail the other day how the Lord is in charge of everything. The Lord is the basis of everything. But the Lord does not interfere with the day-to-day affairs of this material world. Why? Because the Lord has better things to do. He's not interested in actually punishing the miscreants or give some benefits, because all of these benefits also what we may get because we are following the Shastras, whatever benefits we may get, these benefits are temporary only. The Lord is not interested in giving us temporary benefits. The Lord is saying, Yad Gatvan Anivartante Tad Dhamma Paramam. You come back to me, to my spiritual world, and then I will take care of you. You will enjoy with me. Right? Until such time, we are there in this material world, which also we know is maintained by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, where Krishna is the ultimate resting place of all of this universe. Right? Because everything has got its base in Lord Sri Krishna. Right? Sutra, Gana, Mani, Iva. Right? Money means pearls. Right? I am the string on which all of these planets, these universes are strung like pearls on a thread. Right? The pearls and the thread the necklace looks very beautiful as long as it's strung in the thread. What if the thread snaps off? All the pearls will just fall down and there is no beauty attached to it. And it will not be functional also. So similarly, the Lord is the root. The Lord is the source. The Lord is the person who is binding together all of these things so that they perform effectively well. Right? So that's what it is. All right, let's move forward. Text number 19. Okay, these are all descriptions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna in his universal form, how Arjuna is describing it. So quickly we'll go through. Most of them don't even have purports. Right? So we'll just hear and understand and try to perceive what Arjuna is actually seeing on the as part of the darshan of the universal form. Okay, let's move ahead. 11.19. Okay, Deval Mataji, go ahead.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam. अनादिमध्यान्तमनन्तवीर्यम् अनन्तबाहुं शशिसूर्यनेत्रं पश्यामि त्वां दीप्तहुताशवक्त्रं स्वतेजसा विश्वम् इदन्तपन्तम्. Synonyms: Anadi, without beginning; Madhya, middle; Antam, or end; Ananta, unlimited; Viryam, glories; Ananta, unlimited; Bahum, arms; Sashi, moon; Surya, and sun; Netram, eyes; Pashyami, I see; Tvam, you; Deepta, blazing; Hutasha Vaktram, fire coming out of your mouth; Swatejasa, by your radiance; Vishwam, universe; Idam, this; Tapantam, heating. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your own radiance. Purport: there is no limit to the extent of the 6 opulences of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here and in many other places, there is repetition. But according to the scriptures, repetition of the glories of Krishna is not a literally weakness. It is said that at the time of bewilderment or wonder of a great ecstasy, statements are repeated over and over. That is not a flaw. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yeah. So the same thing is repeated again and again. Why? Because we're trying to understand the greatness of the Lord. Right? So the more we try to express the greatness of the Lord, the more we realize the glories of the Lord. And then we want to express our glories more and more of the Lord, isn't it? So there could be repetitions because the Lord enacts the same pastimes in different ways. So when we are describing the pastimes also, it might look like, okay, we've already heard this pastime. But the devotee never thinks like that. Never thinks that, oh, I've already heard this pastime. Because it's not about hearing. It's about relishing the pastimes of the Lord. It's about reliving the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rehearing means reliving the joy of hearing about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And it can be relished only by devotees, right? But if a person who is, who's not a bhakti yogi, but is simply hearing Bhagavad Gita or hearing the pastimes of the Lord, you just think, okay, I've just heard this pastime last week. Why am I supposed to? Or I've just heard it yesterday. Why should I hear it again? I know it already. Right? That's what we say in material classes. In maths class, if I attended a trigonometry chapter, you would say, sir, I've already attended this chapter. Can I not attend the class? Right? That's what is material mentality. That means knowledge. What can I keep in my head? How much can I absorb? How much can I capture? How much can I reproduce? That is material knowledge. But how much can I relish? How much can I internalize? How much can I transform myself? How much can I implement in my life? How much can I become more dear to Krishna? Right? So that is spiritual mentality. That is why a devotee never finds it boring to hear about the glories of the Lord, even though apparently the same words may be used by the same speaker so many times. Yet a devotee does not feel bored. Why? Because he is relishing the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that relish is what signifies our advancement in Krishna consciousness. Right? It's not about knowing so many verses. It's not about being an excellent orator to explain the pastimes of Lord Shri Krishna. Yes, all that comes by the grace of Guru and Gauranga. But our advancement depends on how much we're able to relish the pastimes of the Lord, how much we are eager to hear about the pastimes of the Lord, how much we want to speak about the pastimes of the Lord. That is a proper indicator of our advancement in Krishna consciousness. So that can be a test for us to see how much we are interested in Krishna consciousness. Are we thinking, oh, I know this pastime, or are we eager to hear the pastimes of the Lord? Yeah, that is a test. Okay, let's move on to 11.20. Who will read? Okay, Karpavalli Mataji will read. Go ahead, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. 6:20.
Yeah.
Aprittivor idam antaram hi vyaptam dvaya kine distas cha sarbaha disva disva rupam tavedam loka trayam prayadidam mahatmam. Synonyms? 1 minute, Mataji.
Outer space.
Outer space. Aprityo, to the earth. Idam, this. Antaram, between. He, certainly. Vyaptam, pervaded. Tvaya, by you. Ikena, alone. This, taha, direction. Cha, and.
Dishaha.
Dishaha, directions. Cha, and. Sarvaha, all. This, by seeing. Adbhutam, wonderful. Rupam, form. Ukram, terrible, tva, your, idam, this, loka, the planetary system, trayam, 3, pravetitam, perturb, Mahatma, great one. Translation, Prabhupada KJ, although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. The space between the heaven and earth and the Lokatrayam, the 3 worlds, are significant words in this verse because it appears that not only did Arjuna see this universal form of the Lord, but others in other planetary systems saw it also. Arjuna seeing of the universal form was not a dream. All whom the Lord endowed with divine vision saw that universal form on the battlefield. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So everybody, like it is mentioned here, that whomever Krishna gives a drishti need not be in a particular place. Right? Generally, in material terms, if you want to watch something, we have to be in the particular place where that event is happening, isn't it? But when the Lord wants us to give darshan, especially of spiritual darshan of the Supreme Lord or His Leelas, then what happens? We need not be in a particular place. We need not assemble in a particular place. Because wherever we are, the Lord will enable us and empower us to take that particular darshan. If at all we please the Lord. So that is why we always say that whatever we do, our manasa, vacha, karmana, we need to simply endeavor to please the Lord. If you please the Lord, then everything else will fall in place automatically. Okay, text number 21. Sudha Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
Ami tvam surasanga shanti kechid gita pranjalayor vrinanti swastit yukva maharshi sitta sanga stuvanti tvam stutibhi pushkalabhihi. Synonyms: Ami, all those; he, certainly; Tvam, your; Sura Sangha, groups of demigods; Vishanti, are entering; Kechit, some of them; Gita, out of fear; Pranjalaya, with folded hands; Prinanti, are offering prayers; Swasti, all peace; Iti, thus; Uktva, speaking; Maharishi, great sages; Siddha Sangha, perfect beings; Stuvanti, are singing hymns; Tvam, unto you; Stuti, be with prayers; Pushkala, be Vedic hymns. Translation and purport by Jivan Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. All the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings, crying, all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. Purport: the demigods in all the planetary systems feared the terrific manifestation of the universal form and its glaring effulgence, and so prayed for protection. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text number 22. Let's move forward. Now, Kishori Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandat Pranam Mataji.
Nanavat Rudraditya Vasavo Ye Cha Sadhya Vishweshvino Marutaschoshmavascha Gandharvayakshasura Siddha Sangha Vikshante Tvam Vishmidaschaiva Sarve.
Rudra, manifestation of Lord Shiva. Aditya, the Aditya, Vasavaha, the Vasus, Ye, all those, Cha, and Sadhyaha, the Sadhyas, Vishwe, the Vishwe Devas, Ashwino, the Ashwini Kumaras, Marutaha, the Maruts, Cha, and Ushmapaha, the forefathers Cha and Gandharvas of the Gandharva, Yaksha, the Yaksha, Asuras, the demons, Siddha, and the perfected demigods, Sangha, assemblies, Vikshante, are beholding Tvam. You beholding Tvam, you Vishmitaha, the wonder, Cha, also Eva, certainly, survey all. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. All the various manifestation of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Vishwadevas, the two Ashvis, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Mataji, read 23. You can read 23.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you. रूपं महत्ते बहुवक्त्र नेत्रं महाबाहो बहुबाहु नृपादम बहुदरं बहुद्रष्टाकरालं दृष्ट्वा लोकाः प्रवस्थितास्तताहम्. Rupam, the form, Mahat, very great, Te, of you, Bahu, many, Vraktra, faces, Netram, the and eyes, Mahabahu, O Almighty armed, Almighty arms, one, Bahu, many, Bahu, arms, Uru, thighs, Padam, and legs, Bahu, Udaram, many beliefs, many bellies. Bahu Damastra, many teeth, Karalam, horrible, Drishtva, seeing, Lokaha, all the planets, sorry, Mataji, what is this?
Pravyatitaha. Pravyatitaha.
Thank you, Mataji. Perturbate, Tatha, similarly, Aham. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form, which with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth, and as they are disturbed, so am I.
So Arjuna clearly does not want to continue seeing this universal form because it's very fearful and it is very disturbing, especially for a person who's so used to seeing Lord Shri Krishna in his Shamasundar form. All right. Shri Priya Sampath Mataji, go ahead. Text number 24 and 25.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Text 24. Nabasprisham deepta aneka varnam vyatatanam deepta vishala netram drishtva hitvam pravyati tantra atma dhritim navindami samam cha Vishnu. Synonyms: Nabasprisham, touching the sky; deeptam, glowing; aneka, many; varnam, colors; vyata, open; ananam, mouths; deepta, glowing; vishala, very great; netram, eyes; drishtva, seeing; he certainly; tvam, you; pravayatita, perturbed; ananta, within; atma, soul; dhritam, steadiness; na, not; vindami, I have; samam, mental; tranquility; cha, also; Vishnu, O Lord Vishnu. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouths, and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. Continue.
No, Mataji. We'll just discuss this. Yeah, you can read the next verse also. So here, a very important point is brought out by Arjuna. Right? Sometimes when we see some form which is very bewildering, then we cannot think also properly. Right? So whatever we go through physically, it helps it affects our emotions. Whatever we're going through, what we think of, what we will, what we desire, also affects our actions. They're all interconnected. The body, the mind, and the soul. We are the soul. We've got this body according to our prarabdha karma. According to our previous karma, we've got this body, and we've got this subtle body, which includes the mind, intelligence, and false ego. This also bases our previous karmas, right? So one will affect the other, right? If you're able to wake up in the morning, then we are able to have sattvic thoughts also throughout the day. It is going to help us spend the rest of the day also in a peaceful, in a calm way. Suppose we get late in the morning, Brahma Muhurta time, we don't wake up due to some reason. Then the whole day it passes off like that. Okay, we will be lamenting, oh God, I have some rounds pending, I have chanting pending, I have not completed my rounds. That will be lingering in our mind and will not be able to be in the moment at all. Will not be able to perform whatever work we are doing, will not be able to concentrate on that because you'll always be thinking of something else. Right? These days there are so many sessions, be in the moment, right? What is that called? Okay, I'm just losing that word, right? They say that, be in the moment, right? Whatever you're doing right now, focus on that only, right? Don't think of anything else. Don't go in the past, don't go in the future, like that. Okay. Yeah. So like that. So whatever we do physically affects our mental state of mind, and whatever we go through in our mind, it actually affects our physical well-being also. That way. All right. Yes, Mataji, go ahead. Text number 25. Shri Priya Mataji was reading, right? Yeah, go ahead, Mataji.
Text 25. Dramshta karalani te mukani drishtvaiva kala nalasannibani disho na jane nalabe cha sharma prasida dveshe jagan deshe jagan nivasa. Synonyms: Dramshta, teeth; karalani, terrible; cha, also; te, your; mukani, faces; drishtva, seeing; eva, thus; Kala Anala, the fire of death; Sannibani, as if; Disha, the directions; Na, not; Jane, I know; Na, not; Labe, I obtain; Cha, and; Sharma, grace; Prasida, be pleased; Deva Isha, O Lord of all Lords; Jagat Nivasa, O refuge of the Lords. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance, seeing thus your blazing death like faces and awful teeth in all directions. I am bewildered. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Arjuna is asking Lord Shri Krishna, I'm not able to see this form. I'm not able to continue to be able to have darshan of this form, right? So he's just describing like that to Lord Shri Krishna himself. All right, let's hear from Gopi Geet Mataji. The next two verses. Yeah, go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandot Pranam.
Dandavat pranam.
Can you show, Mataji, can you show the Sanskrit verse?
Sanskrit,
I'm
you're
more
able to
comfortable.
see? Yeah, you're able to see now?
Yes, this. Ami chatvam dhritarashtrasya putraha sarve sahevava nipala sangehe bhishmo dronah sutaputrasta haso sahasmadiyerapi yodhamukhehe vakrani te tvaranamana vishanti damshtra karalani bhayanakani chedi केचिद्वे लग्नदशनान्तरेषु सन्दृश्यन्ते चूर्णितेरुत्तमाङ्गैः.
Synonyms?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, go ahead.
Synonyms.
Synonyms.
Ami des cha also tvam you dhritarashtrasya o dhritarashtra putraha the sons sarve all saha with eva indeed avani pala of warrior kings sanghinah the groups bhishmah bhishmadeva dronah dronacharya sutah putra karna tata also asau that saha with asmad yehe our api also yodha mukheya chief among the warriors Vaktrani mouse te your twar manah rushing vishanti are entering dumpster teeth karalani terrible bhayanakani very fearful kechit some of them vilagnah become attached dasana antareshu between the teeth sandrashyante are seen puranni with smashed uttama angeh head. Translation: all the son of Dhritarashtra along with their aligned king and Bhishma, Drona, Karna and our chief soldier also are rushing into your fearful mouth, and some I see trapped with head smashed between your teeth. Purport: in a previous verse, the Lord promised to show to show Arjuna things he would be very interested in seeing. Now Arjuna sees that the leader of the opposite party, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and all sons of Dhritarashtra and their soldier are Arjuna's own soldier are all being annihilated. This is the indication that after the death of nearly all the persons assembled at Kurukshetra, Arjuna will emerge victorious. It will also mention here that Bhishma, who is supposed to be inconquerable, will also be smashed. So also Karna, not only with the great warriors of the other party like Bhishma be smashed, but some of the great warrior of Arjuna also side also. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah, so in this where Krishna is already telling Arjuna, Arjuna is actually seeing that all the that everyone is getting annihilated. That of even of his own army, as that of the army of Dhritarashtra's son, as it is mentioned here. Dharta Rashtrasya Putra, right? Because Krishna already told Arjuna, right? Go get up and fight. I've already killed all of them, right? So whatever Krishna told to Arjuna, that is what is exactly we can see here, right? What is it? That Krishna has already killed all of the soldiers in the opposite army, and Arjuna is now simply going to become a Nimitta Matra. Nimitta Matra Bhava Sabhya Sachin, right? By Nimitta Matra means what? I am just doing all of these actions, but the result is already determined and destined. The result is already obtained by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. But what am I doing? I am simply becoming an instrument to take the credit for it. Right? Because Krishna wants to give credit to his devotees. Krishna is saying, I've already killed all the demons. I've already killed everybody else other than the 5 Pandavas. Everybody else is going to die in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So what happens? Krishna has already killed them. However, Krishna wants to give credit to the 5 Pandavas to actually defeat and become the kings of Hastinapura. Like that. Okay, text number 28. Who will read? Anusha Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranams. Thank
Hare
you so
Krishna,
much.
Dandavat.
Yet, Hare.
Nadinam Om Bhuvega
Samudram heva bimukha dravanti tathathva me naralokaveera visanti vaktrani habivinchvalanti. Synonyms. Yatha, as Nadinam of the rivers, Bahava, the many,
Ambuvegaha, waves of the waters. Samudram, Mataji, we lost you. Samudram, the ocean. Eva, certainly. Abhimukhaha, towards. Dravanti, glide. Tata, similarly. Tava, your. Ami, all these. Naraloka Viraha, kings of human society. Vishanti are entering. Vaktrani, the mouths. Abhivijvalanti, and are blazing. Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouths. So in this way, Arjuna is describing how everybody. Oh, okay, you got muted. Yeah, go ahead. Text number 29. So we see here that that Arjuna is seeing that all the warriors who are there, they've already been killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? What Krishna told to Arjuna, right? To get up and fight, I've already killed all of them. Right? That is what Arjuna is able to actually see, visualizing in front of his eyes. Okay? Anusha Mataji, please go ahead. Text number 29.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yatha pradiptam jwalanam patanga vishanti nashaya samruddha vega tataiva nashaya vishanti lokas tavapi vaktrani samruddha vega. Synonyms. Yatha, as, pradiptam, blazing, jwalantam, jwalanam, a fire, patanga, moths, visanti, enter, nashaya, for destruction, samruddha, with full, vega, speed, tata eva, similarly, nashaya, for destruction, vishanti, are entering, loka, all people, tava, your, api, also, vaktrani, mouths, samruddha vega, with full speed. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, so in this case, what is happening? Everybody is rushing. Just the moths, right? What do they think? They think that there's some enjoyment there, right? Otherwise, why would they rush inside? Right? They find that there is some enjoyment in the fire, in the light that is dazzling in front of them. They rush towards it, and then that is the end of their life, isn't it? So in that way, people who rush towards sense gratification also, they think that there is a lot of sense gratification, there is a lot of enjoyment in all of these things. They rush towards it, but it only results in their spiritual annihilation, because there is no benefit out of sense gratification. It's like the moths dashing into fire and getting extinguished and getting died like that. Okay, text number 30. We will read text number 30. Okay, Shobha Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji.
Hare Krishna,
Lehiyase grasamanasam samantal lokan samatran vadanaitvlabdi tejo virapurya jagat samatram bhashastavograha pratapanti Vishnu. Synonyms and translation with Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lilith Yase, you are licking. Grasamanaha, devouring. Samantat, from all directions. Lokan, people. Samagran, all. Vadanai, by the mouth. Jwalat, be, blazing. Tejo, be, by effulgence. Apurya, covering. Jagat, the universe. Samagram, all. Bhashaha, race. Tava, your. Ugraha, terrible. Pratapanti, are searching. Vishnu, O all-pervading Lord. Translation. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths. covering all the universe with your effulgence. You are manifest with terrible scorching ray. Haribol, thank you, Mataji.
Go ahead, Mataji. Read 31 also.
Haribol, text 31. आज्ञा हि मे को भवान्मूर्खरूपो नमोऽस्तु ते देववर प्रसीद विज्ञातुमिच्छामि भवन्तमध्यम् आद्यं न हि प्रजानामि तव पवृतम्. Synonyms and translation Devaki Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Agya hi. Please explain me unto me kaha who bhavan you urga rupa fierce form. Namahastu obeisances say unto you Deva Vara, O great one amongst the demigods. Prasida, be gracious. Vijñātum, to know. Ichami, I wish. Bhavantum, you. Adhyam, the original. Na, not. Hey, certainly. Prajanami, do I know. Tava, your. Abritam, mission. Transmission. O Lord of Lords, so fearless of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the premier Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is. Haribol.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you. So Arjuna is very bewildered. Why has Krishna showing this universal form, which is so fearful? What is your mission? Like that he's asking. Okay, now Karpakavali Mataji can read text number 32. The Lord starts answering. The Lord starts answering Arjuna. Let's see what the Lord is answering. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Yes, Mataji. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha kalosmi loka saya kriti pravettado lokan samarthatam ika pravartada kritipi brahma bhavishyanti sarve yeva sthita prati anikeshu yodaha. Synonym. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the personality of Godhead said, Kalaha, time, Asmi, I am, Loka, of the world, Saya, the destroyer, Pravetada, the great, Lokan, all people, Samahartam, is destroying Iha in this world, Pravataha, engaged, without, except for Api, even, Tvam, you, na, never. Bhavishyanti, will be, Sarve or ye, yuhu, avastita, situated, prati an issue, on the opposite side, yodaha, or the soldiers. Translation, Mataji kindly scroll up. Translation and proposed by Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of God is said, time I am the great destroyer of the world, and I have come here to destroy all people, with the exception of you, the Pandavas. All the soldiers here on both sides will be slain. Purport. Also, Arjuna knew that Krishna was his friend and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was puzzled by the various forms exhibited by Krishna. Therefore, he asked further about the actual mission of this devastating force. It is written in the Vedas that the Supreme Truth destroys everything, even the Brahmanas, as stated in the Katha Upanishads 1.2.25. Yasya Brahma cha Shatram cha Yubi Bhavata Oda Mrityu Yasyos Eventually, all the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and everyone else are devoured like a meal by the Supreme. This form of the Supreme Lord is the all-devouring giant, and here Krishna presents himself in that form of all-devouring giant. Except for the few Pandavas, everyone who was present in that battlefield would be devoured by him. Arjuna was not in favor of the fight, and he thought it was better not to fight. Then there would be no frustration. In reply, the Lord is saying that even if he did not fight, every one of them would be destroyed, for that was his plan. If Arjuna stopped fighting, they would die in another way. Death could not be checked. Even if he did not fight. In fact, they were already dead. Time is destruction, and all manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is the law of nature. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So anything that is created has to be annihilated. Whatever comes into existence in this material world always comes with an expiry date. There is nothing that is eternal in this world, including the jivas, including the prakriti, right? Including everything. Whatever is created right? Prakriti means there is destruction of this material nature also, right? Everything goes into the womb or into the body of Garbhata Kshai Vishnu. So in that way, everything that's created in this world comes with an expiry date and has to die on that particular date. So to be attached to anything means misery, because nothing can be permanent in this material world. That's what we need to understand. Okay, let's move ahead. Text number 33. Sudha Mataji, go ahead. Next,
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Priya
Mataji.
Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam.
तस्मात् त्वमुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा शत्रुं भुङ्क्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धम् मयैवैते निहिता पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाची. Synonyms: Tasman, therefore, from you, Uttishta, get up, Yashaha, fame, Labhasva, gain, Jitva, conquering, Shatru, enemies, Bhungshva, enjoy, Rajyam, kingdom, Samriddham, flourishing, Maya, by me, Eva, certainly, Ete, all these, Nihata, killed, Purvameva, by previous arrangement, Nimittamatram, just the cause, Bhava, become, Savyasachin, O Savyasachin. Translation and purport by Divine Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. Purport. Savyasachi refers to one who can shoot arrows very expertly in the field. Thus, Arjuna is addressed as an expert warrior capable of delivering arrows to kill his enemies. Just become an instrument, nimitta matram. This word is also very significant. The whole world is moving according to the plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Foolish persons who do not have sufficient knowledge think that nature is moving without a plan and all manifestations are but accidental formations. There are many so-called scientists who suggest that perhaps it was like this or maybe like that. But there is no question of perhaps and maybe. There is a specific plan being carried out in this material world. What is this plan? This cosmic manifestation is a chance for the conditioned souls to go back to Godhead, back home. As long as they have the domineering mentality which makes them try to lord it over material nature, they are conditioned. But anyone who can understand the plan of the Supreme Lord and cultivate Krishna consciousness is most intelligent. The creation and destruction of the cosmic manifestation are under the superior guidance of God. Thus, the battle of Kurukshetra was fought according to the plan of God. Arjuna was refusing to fight, but he was told that he should fight in accordance with the desire of the Supreme Lord. Then he would be happy. If one is in full Krishna consciousness and his life is devoted to the Lord's transcendental service, he is perfect. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
This is one of the most important verses, and it is a very, very frequently repeated verse by Prabhupada. Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. And in this way, Prabhupada also urges all of us to perform our work on behalf of Lord Shri Krishna. Right? Krishna, when Krishna came, also he said, surrender unto Krishna. Sarvadharman parityajya mamikam sharanam vraja. When Krishna appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also he said, yare dekhe tare kahe Krishna upadesh. So when we perform our activities to the pleasure of the Lord, as we perform our Swadharma, we remember the Lord. And then we also perform our Sanatana Dharma of doing our chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, preaching the glories of Lord Shri Krishna. Then we become very dear to Krishna, and then Krishna will reveal himself to us. So that is the way in which we can work for the pleasure of the Lord, and in this way we can become an instrument in the hand of the Lord, right? Because the Lord gives us the strength to do, right? We are not able to we cannot even lift a water bottle, right, by our own endeavor. But then the Lord is giving us the energy, the endeavor, the determination, only if we desire to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we should perform this one function of desiring to work for the pleasure of the Lord, and the Lord will enable us to do everything by His own mercy. Okay, Shri Priya Sampat Mataji, please read 34.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Text 34. Dronam cha bhishmam cha jayadritam cha karnam tatanya api yoda viran maya hatastvam cha himavyatishta yuddhasva sirane sapannan. Synonyms: Dronam cha, also Drona; Bhishmam cha, also Bhishma; Jayadratha cha, also Jayadratha; Karna, Tata, also, Anyan, others, Api, certainly, Yodha Viran, great warriors, Maya, by me, Hatan, already killed, Tvam, you, Jahi, destroy, Ma, do not, Vyadishtah, be disturbed, Yud, just fight, Jeta Asi, you will conquer, Rane, in the fight, Sapatnan, enemies. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. Purport. Every plan is made by Supreme Personality of Godhead, but he is also kind and merciful to his devotees, that he wants to give the credit to his devotees who carry out his plan according to his desire. Life should therefore move in such a way that everyone acts in Krishna consciousness and understands the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the medium of a spiritual master. The plans of Supreme Personality of Godhead are understood by his mercy. The plan of the devotees are as good as his plans. One should follow such plans and be victorious in the struggle for existence. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yeah. So we were just discussing the other day, right? If things go according to our plan, very good, right? That means Krishna is blessing us with success in our endeavor. But if things are not going according to our plan, then we know that a better plan is in action. The plan that has been given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead for our benefit. That plan is getting into action, and hence we should be grateful to the Lord that whatever the Lord has arranged for us is to our benefit. And anybody who understands and accepts the plan of the Lord as for one's own benefit will ultimately be successful in the in the eternal goal of things, right? Otherwise, small goals we all have, right? But if we completely surrender to the Supreme Lord and whatever happens, we take it as a mercy of the Lord, then ultimately we will be successful in what is the eternal goal for this human form of life, which is Krishna Prema. So anyone who's not yet read, will want to read, we'll end with this verse, text number 35. Sanjay Vacha etachritva vachanam keshavasya कृताञ्जलिर्देपमानः किरीटी नमस्कृत्वा भूय एवाह कृष्णं सगद्गदं बीतबीतः प्रणम्य. So this verse is spoken by Sanjaya. Synonyms: Sanjaya Vacha, Sanjaya said, Etat, thus, Shrutva, hearing, Vachanam, the speech, Keshavasya, of Krishna, Kritanjali, with folded hands, Vepamanaha, trembling, Kiriti, Arjuna, Namaskritva, offering obeisances, Bhuyaha, again, Eva, also, Aha, said, Krishnam, unto Krishna, Sa Gadgadam, with a faltering voice, Bita Bitaha, fearful, Pranamya, offering obeisances. Right? So Sanjay is telling to Dhritarashtra what he is seeing Arjuna doing in the battlefield. That's what it is. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, O king, referring to Dhritarashtra. O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in a faltering voice as follows. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As we've already explained, because of the situation created in the universal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Arjuna became bewildered in wonder. Thus he began to offer his respectful obeisances to Krishna again and again. And with faltering voice, he began to pray, not as a friend, very important point, but as a devotee in wonder. Right? That's why it is said that the initial part of discussion of Bhagavad Gita, where Arjuna is explaining to Krishna why he will not fight, I will incur sinful reactions, whom will I enjoy the kingdom with, the entire world will become filled with Varna Shankara, and all these things, right? There are so many reasons Arjuna was giving, and Krishna was not talking. Krishna did not even open his mouth, because Krishna knew that Arjuna is just speaking like a friend, and then he was not required to, he was not asking his advice, so he will not answer because he did not surrender. But only when Sishyaste aham shadi mam tvam prapannam, when Arjuna surrendered to Krishna, that I am now your surrendered disciple, please guide me. Only then Krishna started speaking the Bhagavad Gita, right? So whenever we are in confusion, another point here is like Arjuna is very bewildered. What is happening? He is offering again and again, he is offering obeisances to Krishna. Similarly, when we are confused in our life also, we can offer obeisances to the Lord many, many times, and we can pray to the Lord. Oh Lord, I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. I don't know what not to do. Please guide me. Please let me know what should be the right course of action. Whenever we are confused, if you are surrendered to the Lord, we offer obeisances to the Lord. Right? The other day we were also discussing between Nama and Pranama. Pranama is more powerful. Why? Because when we offer Pranama, we are also chanting the Nama. When we offer obeisances to Prabhupada, we are chanting Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. So Pranama is always accompanied by Nama. So that is why Pranama is more important than Nama. Because when we are doing Pranam, when we are offering obeisances, we are taking a lower position. We are actually, when we are putting our head down, we are putting our false ego down. That I am surrendering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. Oh Krishna, please help me. Please help me take the right course of action. So in this way, here Arjuna is confused, so offering repeated obeisances, and also he wants to, what is he telling Krishna? That we will see from tomorrow. That we will complete this chapter tomorrow. There are about 55 verses. Tomorrow we will start with 36th verse and complete this chapter. But more importantly, Arjuna is folding his hands because he cannot understand. He's bewildered. So we are also, when we are bewildered in our life, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to fold our hands and offer obeisances to the Lord and beg the Lord, please show me the right path. I'm very confused. Right? So in that way, we can take help from our seniors. We can take help from the Supreme Lord himself. We can offer our obeisances and pray to the Lord with a helpless heart, with that kind of helplessness. When we cry to the Lord always gives answers, but the answers you'll be able to hear when we are in a helpless mood. But when we are in a dominating mood, we think we know everything, and hardly we are able to even hear from anybody else who's speaking something. Right? When we think we know everything, we cannot hear anything, we cannot learn anything. But a heart which is filled with gratitude, a heart which is overwhelming with gratitude, will be able to absorb all the transcendental nectar that is being provided, right? And the transcendental nectar is always provided. It is only in our attitude, in our patra, how much of it we are able to understand and assimilate and apply in our life. So with that, we will end our Bhagavad Gita session today. Granth-raj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So devotees can give you a darshan. We'll quickly do a 2 minutes Harinam Sankirtan. Namo Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatyaadishatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai Jaya, Jaya Jagannath Jaya, Baladeva Jaya, Subhadrama Jaya, Sudarshana Jaya, Bala Gopal, Jaya Radha Krishna Jaya, Gauranitai Jaya, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Radhe Sham, Jaya Pancha Tattva Jaya, Vrindavan Dham, Jaya Mayapur Dham, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Gurudev Jai Jai Gurudev, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Granth-raj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai, Anant Koji Vaishnava Vrind ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Okay, Shobha Mataji, Katpakuli Mataji, Harjit Mataji, Manmali Prabhu, Vijayalakshmi Priya Mataji, Nisha Mataji, Anusha Mataji, Ramya Mataji, thank you, Manimala Mataji, Shubhangi Keshavi Mataji, Rajneesh Prabhu, thank you all for joining in. So we meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. for the Brahma Muhurta chanting session, and then we will again meet at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow as we complete the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita as it is, which is entitled The Universal Form. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Okay, Anusha Mataji, one condition for unmuting you, no glorification. Only please, so we don't want any glorification of the speaker, right? Because what we are repeating only the words of Prabhupada and Srila Guru Maharaj. So, I mean, if you have any query, then you may ask your query. If you have key points to share, you can please share in the YouTube. So, if you have any query, I'll be happy to serve you. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. Mataji, I have a doubt with respect to 10.24, text 24, which we had discussed
10.24 or 11.24?
11.24 that we discussed today. And you were mentioning about being present in the present, with respect to the purports. Mataji, I face a challenge over here with, as in, Trinadapi Sunichana, we were to follow. We are tolerating provocating situations in the externally, but externally that situation passes away. But somewhere during our japa or during our other sevas, that we don't respond to provocation, but internally that worry or lamentation is there, and that goes away after 2 days or 3 days. Is it the case only with me, or I don't know? I'm struggling to find out.
It is only 2-3 days for you. Then it's very wonderful. For me, it prolongs for a week also, or 10 days also, 15 days also, or a month also. It depends on how much it is affecting us, right? To the extent we are surrendered to the Lord, these external situations will not affect us. But if it is affecting us for 2-3 days is very natural, right? We are all emotional people. It's not that we are hard-hearted, that we are not affected by what is happening around us. But then whatever we may feel, whatever emotions we may feel, we should continue our seva, right? So Arjuna was also Prabhupada. If you see in the second chapter only, Prabhupada says in the purport that Arjuna is very compassionate. He doesn't want to kill so many soldiers just for them to become the king. Right? Arjuna is very compassionate. But then the next purport itself, when Arjuna says, I'm not going to fight. My Gandiva bow is slipping away from my hand. I don't want to fight. And then Prabhupada is saying, Arjuna is showing miserly weakness. He is showing compassion. He's not showing compassion. Compassion is showed when, somebody is empathizing, with somebody else, right? And wants to help that person, right? But when does it become miserly weakness? It becomes a weakness when we are not able to perform our duty because of their emotion, right? So whatever things are happening around us, that's why we sing, Jehanilo Premadhana Karuna Prachu Heno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur. Right? When a great Vaishnava passes away, we are feeling so much separation. We are not able to do our duties. Something is affecting and clouding our emotion so much. But that is very good. We are feeling separation from a Vaishnava. But at the same time, that emotion of being separated from a devotee or whatever be the emotion, that should not affect our performance of our Swadharma as well as our Sanatana Dharma. Right? I should not say that I'm not going to wake up today, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to offer Bhoga to the Lordships, I'm not going to chant Hare Krishna because XYZ has happened to me and my emotions are clouding. That's why great devotees say, I don't even want to experience ecstasy. If that ecstasy is going to stop me from performing my duties towards the Lord, I don't even want such ecstasy. I want to simply engage in the service of the Lord. Whether it is giving me pleasure, whether it is giving me pain, whether I'm going through turmoil. That is why chanting of Hare Krishna is not to please our senses. It is not to give us happiness. Like some people say, Aaj maza nahi aaya chanting mein. Right? So that is a wrong notion. Right? Agar maza aaya, to we have to be so grateful that we do 108 rounds or even more. Right? Agar maza nahi aaya, to bhi humko hamara minimum 16 rounds to karna hi hai. right? We do our duty whether we like it or not, whether it is giving us pleasure or not, because we are not working to satisfy our senses. Whatever be the emotions, right? Of course, we are emotional. We are human beings. And emotion is supposed to be good. Prabhupada says in one of his lectures how in a spiritual program, so many ladies are only here, more than men, right? Because ladies are emotional. They automatically are able to surrender to the Lord. They want to hear about the Lord, right? So the emotions also help us connect to the Lord. But we should ensure that our emotions don't come in the way of performance of our duty. That is all. The emotions can come, the emotions can go, the emotions can stay with us, but it should not affect the performance of our duty. It does not mean, that's why even deity seva, like if you've lost a very near or dear one, we are not allowed to go and do the seva to the Lord also. Why? Because we're not in the frame of mind, right? That's why when you take the fourth order, they say Purva Ashram, right? The sannyasis, they are supposed to cut off all the attachments, right? But as grahasthas, as women, right, we are not able to really cut off the attachment. That's why Kunti Maharani also says, I want to disconnect my attachment with all my sons, right? Because I'm very attached to them. But Krishna is saying, you don't have to give up your attachment to Yudhishthira Maharaj, Pandavas. Why? Because you're all pure devotees of the Lord. So everything when in the line of being thought of as the devotee of the Lord, when we are serving somebody as being under our care, as entrusted by the Lord to us to be in our care, then we will do our duty irrespective of whatever emotions are going on in our mind. I may not like to serve, but I will serve because it is pleasing to the Lord, not because I like it or I don't like it. If I like it, very good. Like Radhanath Maharaj says, if the Lord knows that you are enjoying serving him, the Lord is more pleased, right? But whether we like it or not, if we serve the Lord will give us a taste, right? If we don't like it also, I don't like chanting, but I'm chanting 16 rounds minimum because that is pleasing to Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. So I will do whether I like it or not, whether I'm happy or whether I'm in a sad state of mind. It doesn't really matter because those things will pass. But what is the eternal benefit I'm getting by chanting Hare Krishna? That is here to stay for lifetime after lifetime, right? These emotions, they keep going, right? This too shall pass, like that. So we don't assign so much of importance. Yeah, it keeps coming, it keeps going. We just try to bring the mind back, right? What is that? Manam chanchalam astiram, right? Manam is chanchalam and astiram. That means it's temporary and chanchalam, it's always running here and there. Astiram means it is not fixed, right? But then what are we supposed to do? Niyam yaitat. As part of our rules and regulations, we try to bring the mind back to the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Focus on the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The rest of it will come and go. But our chanting goes on eternally. Okay? And that holds good for all the sevas that we are entitled to, that we do as part of our regulative principles. I hope that helps, Mataji.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mataji.